r/askreddit. What's that one product that is completely worth your money?
A good frying pan lasts for years, and the quality of food I can cook with it is so much better. Also much easier to clean.
My cast iron frying pan was my great-grandmother's. She got it in 1917 when she got married.
Oh man, that means you have a proper smooth surface cast iron pan. My cast iron seasoning has gotten amazing, but it's still a modern coarse pan under all that. I'd love one of the old smooth surface pans.
A cab ride or ride share when you're drunk?
This should be higher. Cheap way to stay alive and not kill anyone.
Even if you remove any morality or sense of self-preservation, it makes good economic sense. Deweys can be incredibly expensive.
As a homeowner, I can't say it enough. A wet/dry vacuum.
I've owned my home for a year and a half now, and I've yet to use mine. I guess I thought we'd be messier.
You'll be glad you have it when you finally need it. It's like a plunger. You don't want to need one and not have it. After seeing how many people keep crap stored in 10-year-old random cardboard boxes in their garage or laundry room, I am going to say storage tubs. They are hardly expensive, uniform in size, stack well, and aren't going to deteriorate if they get a bit wet.
Not to mention, cardboard boxes basically turns to dust after a few years. Source: parents have moved multiple times and some things have never been unpacked from house to house. Those boxes fall apart at the corners if you try to move them.
A good mattress and pillow.
And to add to this, good bedding. It doesn't have to be super expensive, but do your research.
I hate when people say, do your research. Like, what the F do you think we're doing here? We're here for the answers from people who did the research, dummy.
A crock pot and a rice cooker. They were both around $35, and I use them a few times a week.
If you can afford a few more dollars, those all-in-one gadgets are great. Crock pot, rice cooker, pressure cooker, steamer, browner, yogurt maker. One machine is all you need.
A quality chef knife.
All of the knives my mom has are cheap, shitty knives she picked up from auctions. She was perplexed why I spent $100 on a Wusthof chef's knife that could slice through anything with minimal effort rather than having to saw through stuff.
That's my mom. When I tell her she should just get a good general-purpose chef knife, she takes offense and immediately feels the need to show me how her knife is perfectly fine by demonstrating that she manages to cut through things. Oh, and of course she's also cutting her own fingers all the time. Who would have thought?
Rechargeable batteries for Xbox controllers. I couldn't even begin to estimate how much I've saved over the years.
Seriously, why do they not just put rechargeable batteries in like the PlayStation?
I asked this at a store a while ago and got some answer about how shipping lead-ion batteries is difficult, and it cuts down on costs. All right, but Sony and Nintendo seem to do it without any major problems. Well made, bruh.
Can't tell if you're surfer bro congratulating original poster for this post or talking about the female undergarment.
No comment, but would a surfer bra worry about punctuation? This is way above my pay grade. Gonna leave this one to the feds.
3 good pairs of scissors. 1 for clothes, 1 for paper, and 1 for the kitchen. This saves so much time and aggravation.
And label the fabric ones so people don't use them to cut anything else. The assholes.
Yes, or hide them like my mum did when we were kids. My mum sewed clothes for us when we were growing up, and she always hid her sewing scissors so we did not use them to make our paper book covers or cut out magazine articles about Davy Jones.
A good and comfortable chair to your desk, especially when you plan to sit there a lot for studying, or if your John requires you to sit. It will spare you a lot of back pain.
Your John, eh?
Always that one Joe HN who's just hung up on you sitting.
Good pair of shoes.
This, 32 years never spent more than asked $40 on shoes. Went travelling and knew I'd be on my feet a lot and Alsached out on some sewn 110 shoes. I get excited every time I get to wear them.
The right mattress can completely change your life. Everything in life can be affected by your sleep quality. I'd say start there.
Suggestions. I'm in the market and drowning in advertisements that everyone's is the best. Oh man, thanks for the suggestions. They are as all over the board as the advertisements, but I appreciate the leads.
Birth control.
Socks. Despite the expense and the inconvenience of obtaining them, there is nothing that compares to the feeling of wearing warm, dry socks.
So far, all the comments I'm seeing are regarding pooping, eating, and sleeping. It really does just come back to basics, doesn't it?
One sharp, well-tailored suit for work and formal occasions. After that, you can just change up your shirt, trousers, and tie, and you'll still look impressive.
Trousers are part of the suit, though.
An electric tire inflator for $29.95. It's so convenient to add air to the tires where you live rather than going to gas station air pumps, especially in winter weather.
Better yet, spend $60 on a jump starter that has a compressor built in. That way, you're set in case of needing a jump start too.
Bread from a bakery instead of regular stuff on the grocery store shelf, particularly if you can get it still warm from the oven or at least very fresh.
Or bake your own bread. It can be tricky, but nothing beats the feeling of eating bread that you made yourself. Tastes like satisfaction. A good under-sink home toolkit if you don't have one already. I can say as a newly married 20-something, it was the most useful gift my father-in-law got me.
I scrolled way too far to see this. Good tools are worth every penny. My bid it. Best $35 I've ever spent.
Prescription sunglasses.
Yet, total game changer, especially driving.
A shoehorn. The tall ones are $1 and let you put your shoes on without hurting your back or ruining the back of your shoes.
The best ones come from IKEA.
Love my IKEA shoehorn. I used to always roll my eyes at my dad when he would tell me to use one to put on my shoes.
A toothbrush. It is literally life-saving and can prevent you a whole world of pain in both your body and wallet. Bonus points if you brush twice a day and floss.
You get an even more satisfying clean feel after using an electric toothbrush. I hated brushing before I tried one.
What is even more satisfying is Waterpik. Seeing food particles come off with low effort is great. Brooks bicycle saddles. Once they break in, they're by far the most comfortable saddle you'll use. It's like an old baseball glove for your butt.
Until some asshat comes along and you have a 5-mile ride home all standing. I learned my lesson about quick releases.